Imagine tearing through New York, not as Spider-Man, not as a hero, but as Venom. The question is, what would that game actually look like? Well, buckle up, because if Marvel and Insomniac ever give Eddie Brock his own spotlight, here's exactly how it should go. Alright, so first off, Venom is not Spider-Man. He's not swinging in to save cats from trees or helping old ladies cross the street. This game would need to lean into the chaos, the hunger, and the raw brutality of being a symbiote host. The story? I'd start it small but personal. Eddie Brock has finally got a handle on Venom. Mostly. New York knows Spider-Man, but they don't really know Venom yet. To them, he's just this terrifying monster showing up in the shadows. That's where the main tension comes in. Eddie wants to prove he's not just a villain, but Venom doesn't care about PR. He just wants to eat brains and crush bones. The big conflict? Enter the Life Foundation. They've been experimenting with symbiotes in secret. Scream, Riot, Phage, Lasher, Agony. You name it, they're trying to mass produce symbiotes like Pokemon cards. Naturally, things go wrong. They escape, and suddenly New York is a battlefield of rival symbiotes, tearing the city apart. Boom. Perfect setup. Okay, let's talk mechanics, because this is where people either stick with the video or click off. Venom would need to feel completely different from Spider-Man. Forget slick acrobatics and fancy gadgets. This is raw power, heavy, brutal, and messy. Traversal? Yes, he can swing, but it's not the graceful Spidey swinging. It's violent lurching. You slam into walls, run along them like a horror movie monster, leap huge distances like the Hulk. Every movement should feel like barely contained chaos. The combat? Think Spider-Man's combat system, but on steroids. Instead of webbing enemies up nicely, you're smashing dudes into the pavement, biting, grabbing two enemies and slamming them together like action figures. The suit gives you brutal finishes, tentacle impales, ground slams, consuming enemies mid-fight. Basically, Batman Arkham combat, but way more unhinged. Powers? You'd have a hunger mechanic. The more damage you take, the more venom urges Eddie to feed. You can literally consume weaker enemies to heal yourself mid-fight, which adds this risk/reward system. Do you finish the fight cleanly, or do you give in to Venom and eat someone in front of everyone, making New York fear you more? Stealth? Unlike Spider-Man, stealth for Venom isn't stick to the ceiling and web people quietly. No, it's straight horror game energy. Dark alley, dripping saliva, glowing eyes. You're the monster in the shadows. Enemies should literally panic when they see you. The narrative writes itself. You start off trying to prove you're not just a villain. Eddie wants to protect people in his own twisted way. But as the Life Foundation unleashes their symbiotes across the city, things spiral. Each boss fight is against another symbiote. Riot's brute force, Scream's sonic shrieks, Phage's bladed limbs. Every fight forces you to adapt and use Venom's powers differently. Meanwhile, Spider-Man's in the background. He doesn't trust Venom, doesn't buy that he's trying to help. So halfway through, you get the inevitable Spider-Man vs. Venom boss fight. And here's the kicker. You win, but instead of killing Peter, Eddie spares him, proving to both the city and himself that he's not just a monster. The Foundation unleashes a perfected symbiote. Think Carnage but stronger, more unstable. The last act is a citywide war zone of symbiotes, with Venom forced to team up with Spider-Man to stop it. Classic enemy of my enemy ending. Now, to keep this game interesting beyond the story, you'd need side missions that lean into Venom's duality. Some missions let you choose Eddie's way, helping people, or Venom's way, terrorizing gangs. Reputation system, are you seen as a terrifying anti-hero or a full-blown monster? Random events like symbiote outbreak in a hospital or gang war interrupted by symbiote corruption keep the world alive. And of course, player choice. Do you resist Venom's hunger or embrace it? Do you build Eddie as a reluctant hero or let the symbiote fully take control? Multiple endings practically write themselves. So yeah, a Venom game should be brutal, fast, terrifying, and way more unhinged than Spider-Man. It's not about saving New York in style. It's about surviving it while trying not to lose yourself to the monster living inside your head. If Insomniac actually makes this game, it could easily be the darkest Marvel game to date, and honestly, Venom deserves nothing less. Please keep in mind that this is all speculation, it's just in my head. Hope you enjoyed. Peace.